Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Dan Bernard here with another tutorial, and today I want to talk about fights. Fighting in general is bad. If you are involved in fighting, you should probably think about anger management classes. In the post-production world though, fights are awesome. And fights are actually a lot of fun. Everything that life teaches you about fights is actually polar opposite in the production and film world, where they're actually super fun to watch and entertaining. Today, I want to talk about mixing sound effects to make that perfect punch. Really what gives a punch that dynamic sound is layers. And you need a lot of layers to make it feel right. I know a problem that a lot of people get into when they're doing sound design on their projects is they just search for sound effects for free online. There's a lot out there. Unfortunately, if you go that route, you're going to find a lot of inconsistency in the quality. And honestly, you're going to find a lot of sound effects that are just way over processed. They're going to sound thin. There isn't a lot to really work with. The sound effects that I'm using, I got from Wave Brigade. This is the Brawl combo pack. It's a combo of Trauma and Knuckles, which are the gore and violence, and then the hand-to-hand fight sound effects. If you're interested in that, you can go to wavebrigade.com, check that out. Some pretty cool stuff there. What I want to show you guys is how I came up with what I think is a pretty awesome punch sound. And the punch I want to focus on today is this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and go to Punches. And then in my media browser here, I'm just going to go through all these sounds until I find one that I like. Okay, this one sounds pretty good. But really, I'm probably going to be using 2 or 3 of these. This one I think has a nice even tone to it. Others are a little more bassy. Others have a little more high end, a little more slap to it. And we're going to layer a bunch of these together to make an awesome punch sound. But right now I'm just going to get this spotted in here. So let's find one that's a little more bassy. That one sounds good. We're going to try and spot that one in about the same place. Just start layering some of these punch effects in. And now let's find one that's a little more on the high end. Let's try this one here. And now we're going to go ahead and add a slap. And this really brings that stinging sensation to a punch. Because you think about it, this is someone's fist meeting a kind of a flappy part of someone's face at a really high velocity. It's going to slap a little bit. Let's find a good slap sound to layer in here next. See how that sounds. And you might find that you need more of that. And there's a variety of slaps in there to choose from. So it's nice having that library of sound effects to play around with. We also want to layer in a sound that really has a lot of the low end to it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and mix in a body hit as well so that we have a good high and low frequency punch. Let's try this one here. I'm going to throw in a whoosh here to really build the anticipation of the hit, which might be a small thing, but again, it really brings a believable element to your scene. So let's pick a good swish here to add right before the impact. Let's try this one here. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool there. And already this is sounding pretty good, and I haven't EQ'd any of these sounds. This is just giving you guys a good kind of basis of understanding how to layer sound effects in to start, so you have stuff to play with to EQ to your taste later in the process. Let's add some cloth movement, since they're both wearing shirts, and well, when you move, your clothes make sound. So let's see if we can find a good cloth movement to match up with the whoosh. And this is a very subtle thing, but again, it just brings another element of reality to it. Another thing I'm noticing here is that it feels a little empty without hearing one of these guys make some kind of groan or grunt. And so let's see if we can find one that fits this scene. I'm going to pick 2 grunts. one for the person punching and then one for the person being punched, because let's be honest, you're going to make a sound when you punch and you're going to make a sound when you get punched. All right, let's line this up. Again, this is building good anticipation to that big impact that we layered so many sounds into. Probably going to be just bringing this down a little bit. And then we need a sound when this guy gets hit. That one sounds nice and painful. Yeah. So already I'm really liking the way this is sounding, and this is all before an EQ mix phase. So again, it just shows the importance of having good quality sound effects and having a good variety of them, because the last thing you want your audience to feel like is that they're hearing the same sounds over and over and over, and that's instantly going to take them out of the experience. So having a good library of quality sound effects to do this kind of layering into one scene is just going to help sell that performance. And really, it's going to make your actors look good. It's going to make you look good because your project is going to sound that much sweeter. Anyways, I hope this gives you guys a good idea on what goes into making a really good, solid punch sound and to really sell that action scene that you've been working on. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know you like it. And if you want to see more tutorials like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Once again, I'm Dan Bernard, and thanks for stopping by.